Fujifilm 27mm f2.8 versus Fujifilm 23mm f2.8 for street photography. I've got this question that it's a smart question. So let's talk about this now. Hi there, Tudor Matescu here. In this video I want to compare the XF 23mm f2.8 pancake lens, the new lens from Fujifilm, versus the 27mm f2.8 Mark II, also from Fujifilm. These two lenses are both great for street photography. And I've received this question on my Facebook Fujifilm group that has over 60,000 people there. And this is a smart question. You can join that group, links in the comments and description. And why I'm saying this is a smart question? Because in general people are looking online, how I've said, and they are able to see lots of advices, bad advices regarding buy a zoom, use the zoom, and then go with the focal length that you've used the most in that zoom range. This is a wrong advice from my point of view, because if you want to evolve in street photography, you must really educate yourself and be able to see in a focal lens. And of course, you'll be able to see in more focal lenses as times goes by, but it's very important to start to educate yourself to see in one focal lens, then in another focal lens, and so on. So this is a practice, and you can't practice this with a zoom lens. So this is my first idea. If you want to do better street photography, then yes, you must look at prime lenses. The next point, does the AF of a prime lens matter in street photography? Does the image quality matter in street photography of a prime lens for a street photography beginner? From my point of view, no, totally no. If you are a beginner, it will not matter, and if you are an expert, also it will not matter. Probably it will matter for some pixel peepers, but the end result, especially in street photography, it's not relevant. It is totally not relevant. Street photography, it's made with a lens and with a camera, but a good picture must have something in it. It must have composition. It must have a subject. It must have some light. It must have some color or some black and white tones. And also when I'm saying that a good street picture, it must have color, also color can be a subject in street photography. So you must really know color. And Fujifilm, it's helping you here, giving you nice recipes, but also you must know color. So you must know color, you must know composition, you must know lots of stuff before thinking about AF speed, AF accuracy, and how good it's a lens regarding the IQ, the image quality. So this is how I will judge these lenses. I will judge them from the point of view of a street photographer that wants to evolve. So the first thing that a street photographer must think it is how the lens can help me make better composition, how a lens can help me take pictures that I want to take. In street photography, it is simple. It's about candid photography, it's about moments, and it's about composition. These are the main subjects of a street picture. And also there can be some reflections and some abstract work that you can do, but these are already specialized segments regarding street photography. So in street photography, when you are thinking about composition, you must first think about borders and about the edge of your frame. This is very important. So this is the question that you must put yourself: which one of these lenses will help you control better the borders of your frame, the borders of your picture, the edges, and what is happening at the edges? This is the main question that you must put yourself. Which lens from these two lenses, it will help you make better composition, and not just better composition, control, I would say, the edges of your frame. Which one? It is simple. The 27mm f2.8, it is the one, because it has the 40mm field of view. So in this field of view, it is easier for you to compose and to control your frame. It is easier than a wide lens, standard wide lens as the 23mm f2.8. So between these two, if you are just starting street photography, don't go for a 23mm f2.8, with the exception if you are living in a very crowded space like India, let's say, where Bresson use a 35mm lens. But in general, for the majority of situations, I would say, and of course also in India and in other crowded spaces, the 40mm lens will do a great job, especially for a beginner. Why? Because you really need to understand that the 27mm f2.8, it's cutting more from the scene, so it will automatically help you make better composition. And what does better composition means? First, it really means control the edges of your frame. Look at Bresson's picture, look at his edges. So we have subjects, we have relationships between subjects and elements and moments and gesture and characters and stuff like this, but also the edges are very well controlled. Something is happening in those edges. This lens will help you, even if in the edges will happen something or not, this lens will help you control the edges. You can have active edges or non-active edges, doesn't matter. What it matters is that you must control the border of your frame. So this lens will help you do this. Now regarding the AF speed and accuracy of both of these two lenses. From my point of view, in real world use, they are functioning really the same. This seems a little bit faster, but not by much. It's irrelevant. So how fast is this compared to the 27mm f2.8? It is really irrelevant. Both have flaws, I would say big flaws for a modern camera, but this is not the idea. Again, in street photography, the idea in street photography is that you have a tilt screen, you have Fujifilm film simulations, you have Fujifilm colors, you have Fujifilm Mojo, you have a camera capable to help you start street photography like no other camera, except a Micro Four Thirds camera, let's say. But you have this on Fujifilm. So 27mm f2.8, similar AF to 23mm f2.8. There is no much differences here. Also the squeaking and the noises. This squeaks a little more than this, but not by much. It is irrelevant on the streets. You buy these two lenses not to do videography. You buy these two lenses to do street photography. So for street photography, both are very good with irrelevant differences between them. Let's not go into these tidbits because it is totally unimportant for street photography. For street photography, you want this field of view. Next, let's talk about image quality and how is the image quality. For street photography and candid portraits, this will do the job. Yes, this is a little bit better, but if you are a beginner, I would not pay the price of a wide lens, and I'm not referring to price in money, I'm referring to the price that you'll pay in having a hard life, making good compositions with a 35mm lens. Because you are a beginner and it is possible that it will not work for you, or it will work very hard because again, you don't have the discipline and you don't know to look at the borders and you don't know how much closer you must get to the subject and how much closer you must get to the scene. And again, it is pretty hard to nail the composition right with a 35mm lens. And more than that, it is hard because you don't think in crop. So you can use this and crop in the 40mm field of view, and I will teach you a trick how you can do this, but this will offer you this discipline. This will offer you the vision in the 40mm field of view. So this is why you must stick to a lens that will offer you this vision. So you want to start with the 40mm field of view because you want to educate your vision. So start seeing in the 40mm field of view. After you start seeing in the 40mm field of view, you can go to a 35mm lens, educate yourself to see in the 35mm field of view. But more than that, if you already educated yourself to see in the 40mm field of view, then you'll be able to crop that 35mm lens in the 40mm field of view with the trick that I'll show you immediately. So regarding IQ, yes, this is a little bit better, I would say. For my liking, this is a little bit flat. This has some nice pop and more resolution, I would say, more sharpness, deeper colors. It's a modern glass here. I like it very much. It reminds me of the new 30mm f2.8 macro lens. So I'm a big fan of the image quality of this lens, but I can't ignore how practical it is, the 27mm f2.8, and with the right edit and with the right Fujifilm recipe, I'm able to obtain very good results with this. But yes, I'm inclining regarding image quality towards this, but still recommend this for street photography as your first lens. Now let me address the trick how you can put this 23mm f2.8 in the 40mm field of view, and after this let's see my conclusions. So you can use your Fujifilm camera in sports finder mode. The sports finder mode, it will offer you a crop of 1.25x, and this means you'll get this lens in the 43mm field of view. Boom, you'll have a lens in the 43mm field of view, plus you'll be able to see outside of your frames, and also you can use the digital zoom, but you'll have a 45 or a 50mm field of view from what I know. So you must use sports finder mode, and this lens will function in the 40mm field of view. By the way, for more resources regarding street photography, composition, tips and tricks, why not join my TM Photography Academy by subscribing to my YouTube channel and join that membership level. Also, you can download my presets, colored presets and black and white presets if you join the TM Photography or the fan membership level. Also, if you subscribe to my newsletter, links in the comments and description, you will receive lots of tips and tricks and free guides for me. Check the links from the comments and description. So in conclusion, you could say that you could get this lens, use it in the 40mm field of view, and after this use it in the 35mm field of view. Yes, you can do so, but I don't advise in doing so, because again, it's about discipline, it's about vision. You must put the glasses on your eyes, you must put the 40mm glasses on your eyes to really know the lens. So if you want to shoot a 40mm field of view, get a 40mm lens. And also I will offer you some budget-friendly alternatives. So 40mm field of view, 40mm lens. 35mm field of view, 35mm lens. This lens also it's shining in family photography. In family photography, I would not recommend the 27mm f2.8 because it's a 40mm field of view first of all. Then it's also about the portraits and how the portraits are rendered. I like this more for family photography. So this for family photography plus street photography, if you already have experience and you know what you are doing with a 35mm lens, it will be a great combo. But again, if you are just starting out, start with the 40. Now, what are the budget alternatives? You can get the TT Artisan 27mm f2.8 that has a very strong vignetting, I would say, but for street photography it may work very okay, and also pair it with this. So when you want to use a 35mm lens and do family photography and some close-up portraits, you can use this and also the TT Artisan. So TT Artisan plus this, it is a cheaper combo and it will offer you great results. Another option, very budget friendly, it is the 7 Artisans 27mm f2.8, a great lens. Also you can pair it with this. And another budget friendly option and with better image quality, it is the Viltrox 25mm f1.7. But that Viltrox has a 38mm field of view, very close to this. And if you really want to achieve something in street photography and understand focal lenses, I would still start with a classical 40mm field of view lens, like the 27mm f2.8 from Fujifilm, TT Artisan and 7 Artisans. I would not go in between because again, you must educate your vision. It's about your vision. You will not understand a focal lens if you zoom in and zoom out, even if you use digital crop or a real zoom. You must educate your vision, and you can't educate your vision without using a prime lens for a long period of time, at least 3 months to 6 months. So educate your vision by buying a standard prime lens, and after this try different focal lenses and see how they are working for you after you've understand more what a prime lens can do, and after you've understand more what are your interests in street photography. So how you are seeing street scenes, how you are seeing candid portraits, how you are able to operate. At this starting point, you really don't know yourself. You don't know yourself how you'll resonate with street photography on the long term. So by using a prime lens for a long period of time, you'll start knowing yourself, not just the prime lens. So very important, use the standard prime lenses and the 27mm f2.8 and the 40mm field of view. It is a standard field of view that was used on lots of film cameras back in the days. So it's a very important field of view. It's a very natural field of view. It is a field of view that lots of photographers are after this field of view because it's very easy to compose. It's very practical for portraiture photography, post-portraiture photography, candid photography, and classical street photography. So you can't go wrong for street photography with a 27mm f2.8 on the Fujifilm system. So this is why you must choose this. But also if you are tempted about the 23mm XF lens from Fujifilm, then you have solutions. How I've said, get a budget 27mm f2.8 lens and pair it with 23mm f2.8 from Fujifilm, and you have the best from both worlds. And yes, you must have both of these two lenses, and if you don't get this, it is normal because you are at the beginning, and with time you'll understand why a photographer has a 40mm lens, a 35mm lens, a 28mm lens, a 50mm lens, and so on for street photography. So if you are in content like this, please subscribe now to my channel, give it a like to this video, leave me your comments. Also use my affiliate links if you want to buy something from the gear that I'm recommending and using. Links in the comments and description. And what is free and is helping this channel to grow, it is to watch my next videos.